What is the real cost of creativity? How much should you invest in your creative space? Let's rewind up and start from the top. Everything started from a corner, like everyone I guess. Small desk, an Elgato key light, a white wall and a background. Yeah, a sad background. Small, not ideal, but I got some of my first sweet views. Then, 1 year later, I rented a studio. My Italian channel was growing, and so was this one. 11 square meters, pretty nice if you ask me. The nice thing about this place was that the studio itself was inside a business center. This is where I signed my first deals and got to review products from brands. New Stream Deck, full frame sensor, new lenses, new mic, 2 new mics, 3. But hey, it took 10 months to finish up this studio. And hey, after that, I closed it. Then I decided to rent a flat. Okay, a room in that flat. 9 square meters, a compact, minimal space, just the way I like it. Less mess, more ideas, more views. But this time, it needs to be efficient. What the f***? I am absolutely obsessed with tech. Stream Deck Plus, Elgato Keylight Mini, Elgato Wavearm Pro, Elgato Prompter, and why not, Elgato Stream Deck Neo. The thing is, like, these are the muscles, the heart, the soul of what I do, but it can't take 10 months again. When I was setting up my old studio, I had many issues. I thought I was able to make a cool, clean and efficient space all by myself. The result? Too much time wasted setting up things, very little time spent creating. This time, things had to go a different way. Hey Siri, change the music.
Okay.
For a while, studio tours and interior design took over my feed. I got a few design books, but they weren't very helpful. I needed a professional, someone good enough to plan a proper YouTube home studio, no matter the price. A standard designer wouldn't cut it this time. But I had a problem. I didn't know anyone until Lauro. 11 months ago, I posted a comment of one of his amazing videos. Let's try, give him a call and see.
Ora, fare video è molto ampio, no? come tema. Lo studio che tu cerchi uno studio che metta un pochettino in simbiosi A-roll e B-roll, oppure vorresti creare un setup quasi fisso per concentrarti solo sugli A-roll?
Let's get one thing straight. I do like flexibility. But with a baby on the way in a month, 3 YouTube channels, I need something that's ready to go. At the same time, every shot still needs to look great and feel different from every angle.
Tu mi parli di non usare appunto niente a pavimento, quindi tu saresti ok con delle riprese fisse.
Yeah, non-negotiable rule, no tripods.
Tu dici io arrivo nella scrivania, mi siedo, premo 3 pulsanti e sono pronto per registrare.
There's one thing I cannot live without, the Stream Deck Plus. It lets me control lights, edit and manage software in a way that makes everything feel smooth and instant. Okay, call is over, time to do some homework. Now I needed some measurements, photos and reference for the studio. So, first wall. One cool thing about this wall, those amazing sunset views, enough said. Second wall, the background, probably the most important one. Okay, that radiator sucks, but I trust you, Lauro. Wall 3, a mirror? Could work. Maybe we'll cover it up with a backdrop, who knows. Wall 4, the workstation. This one needs to be sexy. Measurements and pics and now Lauro needed colors, materials, vibes. Time to open Pinterest with one clear idea. This home studio has to reflect my love for minimalism, my style, my taste, and it had to do it all through the lens of my Sony camera. Let's start with red. Red had to be the main accent in the studio, right? YouTube is red, cliché, maybe, inevitable, absolutely. Then I looked at people and things I like, the creators I admire, the films that define my artistic taste, the music that was there when no one else was, the trips that changed me forever. Folders and folders of ideas, a wall full of references, a puzzle still missing a few pieces, then everything into a blender and Lauro add to it the start button. The final project came in and I was speechless. There was something deeply personal in this vision, but now everything had order. Cream color walls, they had to be grey. A light-skinned subject like me on a cream background? No bueno. Then we started bringing in a few pieces I had kept from my old setups, the slat wall, my Herman Miller embody chair, backboard, and of course my skull. Not my skull, you get it. Lauro wisely kept the spending under control and a lot of these things... Hey! To break up the boring floorboards, we had to throw in a dark grey rug. Cozy studio vibes? Softy. Not that soft though, the first piece of furniture, the Eket from IKEA, wall-mounted. Next to it, we covered up the horrible radiator, you remember, with a clean black cover, perfect for adding contrast with the wall and the drawer unit beside it. Right above that, a canvas, Red Dots by Yayoi Kusama. This piece speaks of repetition as healing. You see those handless polka dots? Right. And we know how repetition and consistency makes us grow and grow as content creators. This canvas must be visible. And let's jump back to the slat wall in the second studio. Lauro placed it behind the desk. Oh yeah, the desk. We'll get to that in a sec. Why put the panels there? It's easy. Better acoustics and a touch of negative feel. A darker wall reflects less light, which means easier, more controlled lighting. Alright, let's talk about the desk. It's a chef's kiss. A pure white frame, cable management, incredibile. On the desk we leaned into a bit of Apple-inspired design, Mac Studio, studio display, iPad, mounted artistically, Rodecaster Duo, Delta Hub desk mat and the keyboard and mouse that have been with me for years, and then the one gadget I even take on vacation, the Stream Deck Plus in white. Next to it, a few more buttons because honestly, whoever has enough, enter the Stream Deck Neo, small but packed with stories. Completing the setup, Elgato Wave Arm Pro, holding the mic that marks a new beginning for this channel, of course, the Wave DX, which by the way is recording this very voice-over. A few more details like the Tobin One Thunderbolt dock, which honestly proves you don't need to spend $500 just for a few more ports. Speaking of ports, did you know that the Stream Deck Plus supports dock expansions for more peripherals? We never have enough. Now, remember I said no tripod on the floor? Enter the gear tree. Does it cost too much? Absolutely. This was my guilty pleasure. But hey, this pole was just the perfect one. I mounted everything, like Amaran 60D with Light Dome SE, shotgun mic, main camera, top-down camera, and finally a little hook to store my Elgato prompter that started this channel entirely. Oh, almost forgot a tidy cable management here as well. But then Lauro had an idea.
Ma vedi, tu hai una macchina del caffè dentro l'ufficio?
Coffee. The fuel of my creativity. More ritual than beverage. In my 10 years living in Milano, every day started with an espresso. Every day ended with one. A bold, made in Italy espresso machine in a studio. That's a luxury not everyone gets. This is a Faber machine assembled in Italy, and the coffee is absolutely phenomenal. And to spotlight this little background gem, there's an iconic pendant lamp, the Foscarini Aplomb, solid, grounded, confident. Now, with all of these whites, blacks and reds, we needed a touch of life, a real plant. Not a fake one, because there's an art to caring for plants, just like Mr. Miyagi said. I think he said that, I have no idea. A little splash of Italian art, and finally a milestone reached this past year. And if it's true that all creativity starts from the heart, then this studio is an honest reflection of how I want you to see me. Now go ahead, enjoy the result.